Disney Channel.
What's this podcast called?
Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Podcast from Planet Weird.
Oh, Luck of the Irish. More like freak me in the eyeballs.
I love this movie.
No!
I told you not to bring up prom in this episode.
Oh, you want to talk about prom, mama? Drama-ka-flama, baby. I was nominated for winner for more.
God damn it!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 273 of Podcast from Planet Weird.
It never stops. It keeps going. 2735309.
I thought you were going to say, now prisoner 27341. Not the right words. Hello, we're back. It's Juan and Sarah on this show where we talk about movies from back in the day.
Or it couldn't be us. I don't know. At this, in the world of true deepfakes, people could have been using old audio. And now they're splicing it over.
If you were deepfaked, would you consider that like a compliment at first? Like at first it's like...
I'd question them like, why? Like, why would you want to deepfake
Who's
me?
getting deepfaked these days? Like Tom Cruise. They're doing like Tom Cruise deepfakes and stuff.
No, I'm talking about like when they like,
but, like who
put old dead people in movies.
Oh, okay.
Like when they did in Ben-Hur.
That is like a type of deepfake, technically, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about like when they put some other person's face. They make some guy
like that little...
they put Tom Cruise on some other guy's face and make it look like he's doing all these weird stunts.
Like that little documentary that I watched last night where Tom Cruise and Ben Affleck go to a pool party, but then they turn out to be the bottoms, and so...
Documentary.
A little documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Something
for adults.
For adults. An 18-plus documentary of Ben Affleck and Brad Pitt swimming, and then suddenly they get into these strange positions, and no one knows how they got there, but baby, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, forgot what I was going to say. We're talking about the Muppets taking Manhattan today.
They can never be deep faked, because why? They're puppets.
They are puppets. Well, they're Muppets. They're marionettes and puppets together. Makes the Muppets. That's right. The Muppets. Got another Muppet shirt on today.
Look at those little whores.
For the people that are watching over on YouTube from the Patreon. Wearing my Weezer Muppet shirt today.
Okay, wild.
Because they were in a Weezer music video. Probably my favorite music video of all time, honestly. So yes, the Muppet Takes Manhattan today. And we will take on the Muppets Take Manhattan in a minute. But first, Juan, why don't you talk about what happened yesterday?
Okay.
Story time from Juan.
This is tragic. Don't laugh. This isn't funny. Starts laughing. So, me and Sarah go to work.
Sad.
Already sad.
That's it.
Pain. Did we get paid yesterday?
Mm-mm.
Pain. Even more pain. Last week? Next week?
We
never get paid.
We get paid next week. They said maybe in 2024 they'll pay us.
Maybe. Just a hard maybe. So we're at work. And we have plans after dinner. Wait, we have dinner plans after work with our cohorts.
Someone's birthday.
Because it was someone's birthday, not mine. Someone whose name is John Joseph. If you know what John Joseph, it was his birthday.
Was that like your white doppelganger?
Yeah.
John
Joseph
instead of Juan Jose.
Yes. It was John Joseph's birthday. And so we're going to dinner, but I start driving my car. And this isn't funny, don't laugh. All you hear is, and I'm like, what the hell is that? What is that? And I walk outside of my car. And you cannot believe the amount of slime that has been on the roof. No, I got a flat tire.
She was flat.
Like, we took it off of the car. And it was stuck in a flat position, flat.
She was stuck.
stuck.
I'm gone. By the time he realizes it's flat and he's like checking his car, I'm gone at this point. I had left. I was on his way to this house.
To my house.
Because someone didn't tell me that the dinner was starting at 7:30, which meant I had like an hour of nothing to do.
In my defense, Sarah said, I might not go. Believe that I probably won't go. And so I believe that you weren't going to go.
That's true.
And I respected you for not wanting to go.
And now, you're lucky that I did.
And now I'm lucky that she did, yeah.
Because I came back, because I said, you called and said, I have a flat tire. And I said, well, if I'm driving to your house and you're not even there, why am I going? So I turned around and went back, hung out with you.
I thought you were going to go, I'm going to go home. Like, okay, I'm going home.
No. I think...
You're too nice.
If I wasn't... Well, hold on from saying I'm too nice. I think if we didn't have those plans, and it was just a regular Friday and I was going home, I think I would have gone home.
Okay, then that's valid.
Because I think I would have said like, oh, do you want me to wait with you? And you would have said no. Because you would have felt bad.
Because I already felt embarrassed.
Yeah, so you would have said, just go. And then
go home.
And I would have said, all right, work. So I would have.
And I almost did cancel plans.
You almost said, shut it down,
because
everything.
We were leaving. And our other coworkers were still not leaving yet. So by the time they came out, I was almost ready to go. You know what? Over. This is too damn much. I don't want to do this anymore. Go home. Everybody go home. But I had already made 2 coworkers cancel their plans for Friday for me. So that would have made me look like the bad guy, which I don't care if I am.
But you had a flat tire. I had a flat tire. Is that... No, you didn't do that on purpose.
Maybe I did. How about I do? And so who did I call? You would have think AAA, right?
The Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters. No, I called Mommy and Daddy. Mm-hmm. Because my mom and dad were home and they know how to change a tire. And you may ask, don't you guys?
And they also weren't far. I've never changed a tire.
I've only ever once seen my dad change my tire twice.
Also, I don't have a jack.
Me neither. Our coworkers did.
One of our coworkers did, and we didn't know that, and we were like, it's too late.
But, just go. I wasn't going to make... My dad had to crawl on the ground.
We weren't going to make our boss do it, even though she was like, I'll do it. I'll change your tire.
But she was also in, like, good clothes. I was going to make her get on her, like, get on the ground.
If your parents were, like, far away, I would have said, yeah, do it.
Yeah, but I live 15 minutes away from her job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, there is a situation where I would have made her change the tire, yes.
Hypothetically... I'm not opposed to asking for help, but I had already called my mom and dad. Mm-hmm. But they came, they changed my tire, and now I have to go buy a whole set of new tires because I'm paranoid.
And we had to go to Quick Trip to fill up your spare.
To fill up the spare, which I asked my mom, how was the spare? And she said, you didn't fill it up enough.
Okay.
So.
I thought you didn't fill it up enough, but you said, it's fine.
How much is a tire? If a tire... I wish tires would come with like a little valve that said, you're at this
tire. Like it would stop like gas.
Yeah.
Like it would go click.
Well, not even that. Like if there was like a thing that said like, oh, I'm full. You know? Instead we're relying on the cars to be like, boop, boop, beep, doop. Fucking Betty Boop over here telling you like, I'm low. Guys, I'm feeling a little flat right now. Like, why? And then the little tire thing is broken on my car, so I can never tell when they're actually flat. And am I going to replace that?
Well,
that's money.
I guess you'll have to.
It may be more.
Fill her up again.
And I will. And I will fill her up again. As a top, I will fill it up again.
Just keep using that free air from Quick Trip.
From the Quick Trip. If you guys don't have QT where you live, sad. So sad. What do you got? Buc-ee's? Ooh, Buc-ee's. You got free air at Buc-ee's? Or you got to pay the quarter? The quarter.
Anyways, so then I drove...
I love Buc-ee's, though. Or Come and Go.
I drove you there, and then we had Din Din.
Some little burgers.
Then we left. Then we got Sonic, and we pulled up to the stall, and they said, we're not taking stall orders right now.
Oh, God, so sad. And so we went through the drive-thru. And guess what, Sarah? Guess what happened to me? I got diarrhea.
Did you?
I pooped a little
After
bit.
your cheesecake Oreo thing?
I pooped a little bit, yeah. I got a little poopy.
Bound to happen. Okay. And that's
was my song Glee.
That's what you missed on Glee. So being that it's Muppet Movie May and we're about to talk about Muppets Take Manhattan, I did, as I told you, I ordered the Muppet Lego minifigures, which just came out May 1st.
And we're not doing the episode anymore, so now we're just gonna do the Lego bits. Pull them up.
I brought one because So they came out May 1st. They must have heard that we were doing Muppet Movie May, and they decided to release them on May 1st. So then I said, well, I'm not going to go and try to... Because it comes... Here, so I have a bag here. It's one of those, like, collect all 12, but you don't... They're all broken up inside. So you have no idea what you're going to get. So to get you to buy more.
What is, like, the thing... I get, like, that's what, like, the amusement of, like, Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You know, card games where it's like, you don't know what's in the booster deck. But now, toys? Is everybody trying to... What, America can't do Kinder Eggs, but they can do this?
Can you see it?
It's on autofocus.
I know, I'm joking, sweetie. I'm joking. So I ordered off of eBay a kit that said, like, you're going to get all 12, right? So I ordered mine. I open them all, and to my dismay... Instead of getting one of each of the 12, I got...
You keep moving closer and closer and pushing me further and further out of frame.
Sorry, my bad knee.
She hurt her knee playing basketball. Maybe don't play fucking basketball.
So I ended up getting all 11 except for... all 12 except for Rolf. I ended up getting 2...
Who likes Rolf?
Me, bitch. I ended up getting 2 Waldorfs.
Ew, sick.
So, and then I messaged my eBay seller and said, hey...
I got 2 Waldorfs.
Like, can you send me a Rolf? And then they were like, oh yeah, sorry, I'll order one and I'll give it to you. So, you get to have this Waldorf figure.
Yay!
So put them together.
Boo!
It'll take 2 seconds. Here, do you need the instructions?
That's animal. That's animal.
That's animal. That's Fozzie.
That's animal.
This is what they gave me. I don't know. And they gave you Statler. Okay, well, you can figure it out, I'm sure.
What? You're just throwing stuff at... Okay, move.
You can figure it out, I'm sure. And while he builds that, let's go ahead and get into...
Wait, what the fuck is this?
The Muppets Take Manhattan. The Muppets Take Manhattan is a 1984 American musical fantasy comedy film directed by Frank Oz.
Lead of the great controversial show Oz on HBO.
No, but he is a Muppet performer.
Muppet slut.
He's Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, Sam the Eagle. He's also Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover. And of course, he's Yoda. Oh, you did it! Okay, word. Juan is holding up for the video. You did that in like 30 seconds. Good job.
This was the hardest Lego. Should I go up to my brother and be like, you thought yours was hard? Look at this.
What was he building?
That like 900 piece, like the Ravager ship from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. I like Miss Piggy. She has a little like magazine of herself.
Why didn't you give me that one?
Huh?
Why couldn't they send you 2 Miss Pigs?
They gave me 2. I'm guessing there's a way to tell from like the barcode or something of like which is which, and they just mixed up.
Okay.
Because I got everybody else. I got all these clowns. I just didn't get Rolf.
Okay.
My baby Rolf. Oh, well, you can meet
My
him.
husband Rolf.
Put him somewhere. Have him enjoy the room.
Oh, I know exactly what.
And you can have a nightmare where he'll critique you.
Like I do myself.
On your jokes. But yeah, Frank Oz is also Yoda, of course, in the Star Wars films. But also a director, because he directed The Dark Crystal, which was a Muppet production. This movie, Little Shop of Horrors.
Horse. Little Shop for Whores.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. What About Bob? In and Out, the movie where Kevin Kline
goes to In and Out.
No, plays a gay teacher, it's a good movie.
What? Oh, that's the one that you always tell me about.
Yeah, good movie. But
I'll be doing the podcast from back here.
Yeah. But he's also been a voice in like some Pixar movies here and there. Jeff Fungus from Monsters, Inc.
Fungus?
Fungus.
What's this fungus everyone's talking about?
Anyway, so he is directing this one, and that is because at the time, Jim Henson had just done The Great Muppet Caper, and then was...
Got diagnosed with cancer.
Can you sit down?
No.
And we're back. He's back. Like I was saying, Jim Henson directed The Great Muppet Caper, which we talked about last week, then went on to directing The Dark Crystal, which he co-directed with Frank Oz. And so he was very busy around here this era, so he decided, I'll just let Frank...
I'm not going to do this anymore.
He said, I'll have Frank take the reins.
Tank!
I'll have Frank tank this film. So yeah, Frank Oz is directing it. The movie has a bunch of celebrity cameos, which we'll talk about later. This was filmed in New York City during the summer of 1983. And this came out on July 13th, 1984. A fantasy sequence in the film introduced the Muppet Babies, which were toddler versions.
The Muppet Babies!
Of the lead Muppet characters. So, like I said, July 13th, 1984, budget of $8 million. What do you think the box office was?
$20 million.
Okay, it was 25.5.
I was always so close.
Yes.
My ballpark is either nowhere or everywhere, all at once.
Okay. Not counting the Sesame Street film Follow That Bird, this is the final Muppet film produced before the deaths of Jim Henson and Richard Hunt. May they rest in peace.
In paz descansen.
In the movie, so we've obviously got the Muppets, but we've also got some human actors. We've got Louis Zorick, who plays Pete, the owner of Pete's Luncheonette, his diner.
We have to love him.
If you're a little Mad About You freak like me, he was the dad on Mad About You.
If you've ever seen that Mario movie, that's not him.
Juliana Donald plays Jenny, Pete's daughter.
We love.
A waitress who wants to go to fashion school.
A single mom who works 2 jobs.
Lonnie Price plays Ronnie Crawford, who is an aspiring Broadway producer.
And a queer.
And
I think.
Well, he is actually like a theater person in real life. Like he's produced and directed a bunch of different shows.
So possibly.
In New York, including Sunset Boulevard, Sweeney Todd Company.
Sweeney Todd!
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. He's, last show he directed was 2017.
What's his name? Lenny what?
Lonnie Price.
Lonnie Price. Okay.
So is there a chance that he's queer? For sure.
Oh, I was just saying his character.
But is there a chance both are queer? For sure.
He doesn't have a spouse. Got him.
You know what that means.
Educated at Juilliard School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rich bitch.
Bunch of cameos, including some people who we do know and some people who we go, that's an old white person. They're probably a cameo.
I love old people. Anytime it's a non-Muppet person talking, it's possibly a cameo. The only people that I don't think are cameos are
those people I just said.
Yeah.
That are like actual main characters.
Well, no, just like background people.
Oh yeah, the extras.
Yeah.
yeah. But we've got people like Liza Minnelli,
Icon,
Linda Lavin, Joan Rivers.
Who's Linda Lavin?
Linda Lavin, I guess she's like a big, she had a TV show called Alice, but she also did
She's the receptionist.
Theater work. No, she's the doctor who says that Kermit has amnesia. But for my fellow OC fans, she is the Nana on the OC. We've also got, like I said, Liza Minnelli. Joan Rivers plays a character in here with Miss Piggy at the perfume counter. Brooke Shields plays herself, I guess, or just
being sexy,
or just someone that looks just like her and is eating lunch there. John Landis, the director, plays the theatrical producer Leonard Weinsnop, where Kermit goes in with the wig and the outfit and goes, "Hey, baby, Leonard,
it's me."
Yeah, and there's other cameos that we'll talk about later. Originally, this had the working title of Muppet Movie 3, just like how The Great Muppet Caper was working with Muppet Movie 2.
Muppet Movie 3.
Uh-huh.
Attack of the Trees.
Originally, they had the Muppet Caper writers do a script, but Frank Oz said it was too over jokey. And also, I guess Muppet Caper underperformed at the box office, and then they took it as like, oh, people don't like it as it was too wacky, it was too much. So they tried to reel it in and do more like character development and like depth.
And we'll talk about that.
Yes, because this one does get dark.
This one
was too real.
This one hurt. This one hurt me. What? Okay, keep going. I'm looking at Lonnie Kravitz's stuff.
Lonnie Kravitz?
Lonnie Price. He's bald.
Something I didn't even know was that The Muppets Take Manhattan was adapted by Marvel Comics in 1984 as the 68-page story in Marvel Super Special number 32. So you better
put them in the MCU.
You better believe I went on eBay and bought that comic.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was only like $15 shipped.
Okay, wait.
I said okay. And then they also did
I look at myself every time I talk instead of the camera.
They also did a storybook and vinyl record set. And I actually have the storybook here.
Wow. Vintage. Look at those colors. You know a book is old when it has that like
and like a
color
name on it.
Yeah. That right?
Right?
Where'd you get that from?
My family got this from my Christmas gift.
From my Christmas gift.
And it's just the movie, but it's like a book. And I think there are scenes in here that like don't happen in the movie. That were cut.
Like that one.
Yeah, like the
No, that's
that
when
happened.
he gets kicked out.
No, but there is some stuff like I think Beauregard is in here.
Doing cocaine.
That they cut. And I think a couple of the characters, I don't remember which ones, try to get rid of Kermit's amnesia.
By kissing him? Okay,
yeah, so
word.
this is just a fun little...
I love... there's something about when books... when they're like grainy like that.
There's something about books.
There's something about books.
Mm-mm-mm.
Gotta love them.
Books.
And then they have that like yellow tint at the edge of the page to show that it's old.
To show that it's old. Yeah, so that's just fun. I thought I'd bring it since, I had it.
God, I love it.
Just
okay,
to
we're going to
show
read
it
off of that
off.
the whole time.
Story time. Anyways, so that was the marketing they did for the movie. I didn't even mention for the Great Muppet Caper how they have the McDonald's, or not McDonald's, Juicy Juice. Is that Juicy Juice? The cups. Welch's Juice. You know those Welch's Juice cups? Like, they've done some for, like, Winnie the Pooh and different characters. You could find them at, like, thrift stores.
Sure.
They had a line of them for the Great Muppet Caper.
Okay, fun.
Okay. That's all I wanted to say. This movie, by the way, isn't on Disney Plus because of Sony. It's one of the movies that Sony technically owns the rights to. But I guess this says there's a new Disney and Sony deal from 2022 to 2026. So I guess it will be coming on there soon.
Is that because of the Spider-Man stuff?
I have no idea.
Because Morbius.
Oh,
because Morbius
because
flopped.
of her. I don't know, but
because Morbius madness took control. Yeah.
So Sony owns that, Muppets from Space, which is the one we're doing next week, and Kermit Swamp Years, which was a direct-to-DVD release. So those three aren't on Disney Plus, but apparently maybe in the future. But Muppets from Space, which we're doing next week, is on HBO Max. Correct?
But don't even try to look for the soundtrack on Spotify. It does not exist.
You looked?
I looked because I wanted to add 2 songs onto my playlist. Or onto my thing.
I went on to Tidal the other day to try to do the Great Muppet Caper soundtrack, and it wasn't on there, so I just had to play it from YouTube. In my car.
Look, the Muppets.
Yeah, there's the Muppet movie.
Take the Muppet movie, Right Where I Belong.
But it's by the Friends of... It's by a cover band.
Yeah. Take Man. Yep, there's just a playlist, but I mean, like...
The Muppets Take a Man.
Girl, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
There's not even the one song that I want.
A version with Josh Groban.
Yeah, there's a Josh Groban version.
The Rat Scat. Yeah, it's just cover bands. Sad.
I don't even get the sad song.
Saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Anyways, reception. I know you want to know what Roger Ebert thought about this one, because the last one
I always do.
he didn't like so much. This one, he gave a 3 out of 4, saying that the plot of the movie has been seen before. However, he went on to say that just about everything in the film was enjoyable, and that Kermit finally solves his long-lasting identity crisis.
Because you find out who he is.
You look like you're in a crisis. On Mama Why. Speaking of the soundtrack and the score, Jeff Moss did the music for this one, and he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song Score, but he lost to Purple Rain by Prince. I guess if you're gonna lose...
You might as well lose to Purple fucking Rain.
Lose to Prince. I just watched Purple Rain for the first time last week.
I choose not to watch movies.
Anyways... apparently, I think I heard about this and was like, what?
Fake.
But good news, it was canceled, was that originally in February 2019, it was announced that the Once Upon a Time showrunners were working with Josh Gad on a TV show called Muppets Live Another Day for Disney Plus that was going to be set after this film's events.
Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
The show that should have died after maybe the 3rd or 4th season and not gone into Black Swan. I think it was Black Swan. Frozen. It's like, whatever. Once Upon a Time was not the move.
Anyways, a few months later, well...
Josh Gad.
By the end of the year, they scrapped it because the Muppet Studio was doing, like, creative differences because, like, there were some changes in, you know...
In the higher
up, so then they changed that. So no Josh Gad Muppet movie.
Sad. Oh, sad. Let's use the color for sad. You can't even see it. It's blue.
Oh, sad. Play the clip of Josh Gad crying.
Because of COVID?
Yeah. Trivia.
Mary, play the clip of Josh Gad.
Juliana Donald, who played Jenny, recalled in an interview how filming the jogging scene in the park was temporarily delayed by a camera problem. And that this is a sweet story about Jim Henson. A little boy passing by approached and started talking to Kermit, not realizing that Jim Henson was operating him.
Aww.
Which has been said many times that, like, when anyone goes up to the Muppets, they'll start talking to them, not the performer. So then that kid was talking to Kermit, and then more kids came talking, and then when they finally had the camera fixed, they saw that, like, Jim was just doing, like, a Kermit performance for the kids. And she said, it was so memorable to me because time just stopped. It was a wonderfully magical moment where you experience someone's true joy with their work. Thoughts?
Sad.
The portrait of Kermit in his producer's disguise has become a permanent fixture at the Real Sardi's restaurant and can be seen in other movies set there.
Okay, and I stole it, and it's in my bedroom. If that's still
there, I want to go. If I ever go to New York, I'm just recreating this movie.
I'll say this. You all see that painting? For the people on Patreon, you all see that painting? If I ever take it down, don't be in shock of what's behind it. And don't tell anybody.
It's Kermit's mustache picture. This is the first appearance of the Muppet Babies, who, you know, obviously... their cartoon came out after this. 2 months premiered after the film.
They had it ready.
Yeah, this was the way to
introduce them?
Here we go.
Wow.
Little Muppet Babies. Anyways, let's see. This is talking about Frank Oz sent a stagehand to get him and Joan Rivers 2 gin and tonics apiece. Because... they weren't liking her takes, and then they were loosening her up to get some good takes. Because really, all she's doing in that scene is just
It's just Joan Rivers being Joan Rivers.
Yes, this is the first Muppets movie in which the fourth wall is never broken. We got a lot of it in that last one.
Some may say too much of it in the last one.
And so none of it here.
I don't know what I gave the last movie.
Oh, you said 2... Or no.
Did I say 2.5?
No, you said 4 out of 5. First you said 4 out of 10, and then you said 4 out of 5.
Oh.
That's what it was. So the movie is rated G, and I guess Jim Henson was asked about the rating, and he said, there have only been 4 G movies this year. Isn't that amazing? I would never do a Muppet movie that wasn't a G. It's said that the G rating has stigma. Kids don't want to see kiddie movies anymore. I like that he always kept the Muppets. Like, because the Muppets aren't for kids, they're for everyone. But it is nice that it's like you could show your kids this movie.
Yeah. Well, what are they going to be like? Oh, Kermit, what's this white dust in the bathroom?
Yeah, well, like,
I don't know what Muppet that was.
I don't even know what, like, PG jokes. That's a question for the MPA. And, like...
He touches pee-pee!
When does a movie go from G to PG, you know?
I'll look it up.
What goes on there? Whose music is playing so loud?
Your neighbors.
Well, speaking of Spotify and everything, this says this is the only theatrical Muppet movie soundtrack to have never been available on CD. So maybe that's why.
Oh, wow. Okay, fake.
This is Rizzo's, not first appearance, because he appeared in the final season of The Muppet Show, and then we saw him in Great Muppet Caper. But this is the first time seeing Rizzo with his, like, New York wise guy characteristics that he carried on as a character. So, fun to see. We love to see Rizzo on New York. And the final trivia I will give you is that Gonzo carries a Gucci bag in this movie.
No, he does not.
I don't know where. I don't know when.
But
I don't
apparently
know
he
what
does.
Point in time. Try to Google Gonzo Gucci
Gonzo
bag.
Gucci bag. Okay, let's get into this film.
I hope he does. Well, so do you have a history with this film?
I do not. I've never seen this movie. This is my first time seeing it this morning.
Had you heard of it?
Yes.
Other than me saying that we were going to do it for this show.
Probably not.
Okay.
You might have mentioned it before in the past, but I've only probably ever heard it from you.
Odds are I have, because this is what I would say is my favorite one. Although it's so hard. How do you pick a favorite child, you know? You
can. Easily.
Does he have a Gucci bag?
I'm trying to see if there are any shots of Gonzo.
Fashion icon Gonzo. This was not one that I saw growing up. As I've said before, growing up I watched more of Muppet Treasure Island, Christmas Carol, Muppets from Space, and then I went back and watched these first 3, the like original trilogy, the Muppet movie, Muppet Caper, and Muppets Take Manhattan. I remember watching this on TV. I don't know what channel it would have been on. Honestly, probably Logo. Probably, what's that show that Michael Urie hosts? Classics and Cocktails?
Yeah.
It was honestly probably that. Michael Urie in that program have introduced me to many a gay, campy, queer cinema, you know.
Is Logo still, like, around? Or, like, once RuPaul left that network, did it die?
It's still around.
Okay. I liked Logo.
Yeah, sometimes they go on there, but sometimes they're just airing, like, Mama's Family, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna watch that. Oh?
There are no definitive images of Gonzo carrying a Gucci bag.
Well, whoever wrote that trivia, I love it. Whoever made that up.
I'll believe it.
I would believe it. They have no money, but he has a Gucci bag.
Sure.
They're like, we don't have any money to eat. Gonzo's like, well, we can't sell my Gucci bag.
He does have a Gucci bag.
What? Why is it's a clutch? Send me that photo, I'll put in the video. Oh, too good.
I think it's only when you when they're coming to New York.
That first time?
Yeah. That looks like a Gucci bag.
It looks like it. I don't know how he got it. Oh, God. He used his photography money from the last film.
Sure.
Okay, so Muppets Take Manhattan. is different from the other Muppet movies. She's not like the other girls.
She's different.
In this one, the Muppets have gone to college. That's right. They have an education.
They have at least a bachelor's degree, all of them.
They have student loans to pay off.
Actually, back in this time,
they
didn't.
Not.
They didn't. They went to school for $2 a day.
Yeah, for nothing. So they're at Danhurst College, and they're performing...
Maybe $1.
They're performing their senior project, Manhattan Melodies, together again.
Oh, they're definitely broke. They went to school for musical theater.
Yeah. So they're doing this performance, and the audience loves it. I said, I'm in this crowd somewhere spiritually. Not physically, but spiritually somewhere. I think at some point I embodied the guy who just goes, "Whoa!"
Oh my god. I love these shots. Like, these older... Like, movies back then had, like, these infamous shots or, like, filming techniques that, like, people have tried to use in recent... I don't even know if recent, but, like, they're trying to bring a lot of these techniques back, but they don't look as good because the film isn't as grainy. Mm-hmm. Like, it's too clean of a
HD,
picture.
I can see everyone's pores.
It's disgusting. But I love the shots of the audience members. It's so, like... It's like the Addams Family movies where it's, like, the shots are just, like, everybody, like... recording their children, and then like no one recording Wednesday and Pugsley doing their Macbeth. But yeah, I love these scenes of the shots of the audience members. They're so beautiful. They're so campy and beautiful.
I just love that this audience loves them and loves.
They're
this
going
performance.
crazy.
Like I said, these are my people. And then like that one guy's like, next time, Kermit, next time we see you, you'll be on Broadway.
And then Animal's going, woman! Animal's a little freak bitch.
Yes.
I didn't know I was watching a horror movie. Oh, I turned around for 1 second and I heard,
he does.
No, sorry.
He does need to, like Kermit said, he's taking some classes, some psychological sessions. He does need to work on that a little more, controlling himself. But yeah, so then everyone's like, Broadway, that's an idea. Like we should go to Broadway, Kermit. And
but then
like,
Gonzo
what?
goes, Broadway, in what city? Mm-hmm. Iconic.
Broadway in Arizona?
Broadway, right there, right this way.
So then, and Piggy is like, oh, Kermit, like, if we go to Broadway...
Oh, it was Fozzie who said it.
Broadway, we can have our wedding, right? Our marriage. Because, like, I guess he said that he wants to have money before they get married, which makes sense. So,
or is it just him delaying?
Not wanting to commit. We'll never know for sure.
I think we do. I think we kind of can. But
I think he also did love her.
He was infatuated by her.
So then we're going to New York. We have that classic shot where it's the skyline and they zoom out and they're just in the airport. Mm-hmm. It's just a poster. And so they get some lockers to stay in.
No more funny hotels. They said, well, there is a joke here. The joke is that every room in New York is this small. Mm-hmm. So,
basically,
do with that information what you will. The housing crisis is crazy.
Yeah, because when they say, oh, we'll get a locker, you think, oh, they're just going to set their stuff in there and go look for stuff, for jobs and everything. No, they are going to live in these lockers.
Just like humans live in human lockers.
Yes. So they first go to see Mr. Price, a musical producer, played by Dabney Coleman, who, I know he's in a bunch of stuff. We know him from, he was the dad in The President in My Date with the President's Daughter.
Okay, wig.
So, they go and pitch this show to him, and he's like...
I love it, baby. I love it. Violence, guns,
he's like,
guns.
New York life, you're going to show, like, shootings and stuff. And they're like, no shootings. And then he's like, I love it. You're going to be on Broadway. I need $300 a piece today.
And I love it when he also goes, songs and dances. Yes, songs and dances. Mm-hmm. I'm like, in a musical, I guess songs and dances.
I guess, sure. And then we find out that he is a con artist. That's not actually Mr. Price. It was all a lie.
Oh my god.
And he grabs Camilla. This was scary. He's going to break her neck.
He's choking the chicken. Not the euphemism.
And then Gonzo says, no, please take me.
Take me.
And he grabs him by the nose, and then we have Animal going after him, too.
I love when Animal's in the door frame, because what is he saying? Bad man!
That was scary.
Yeah, Animal's a...
He watched, like, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Or, some actual Kung Fu movie.
Kung Fu Panda's like a real Kung Fu movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to believe.
It was the first one I could think of.
Good!
So it was all a lie, he lied. Then we have a montage of them pitching to other producers.
No, this isn't the sequence. Okay, cool.
It is. It's a montage of them going from June through September. My birthday.
With the hyperimposed images.
Yes.
Okay, I also...
The overlapping.
Yes. I love those sequences. Like, the audience shot and the shots of them, like... There's three moments in this movie that I absolutely adore. The audience shot... this sequence right here, because it's very reminiscent of the times as well, like the very like 80s.
Mm-hmm. Everyone was doing those like dissolves, those
like
montages where things would lay over one another.
But it's like they were like somber montages. They weren't like
they weren't happy. This was dark. The song that's playing is "You Can't Take No for an Answer."
But it's like one of those like slow like rock like. We can do anything. That's not the lyrics, but you know what I mean.
They're getting rejected left and right. They're living in those lockers. And then Kermit kind of blows up on them before they go in to eat at Pete's diner, where he's like, "We failed, I'm sorry. Can't you take care of yourselves?" And this is where we go, oh, this movie's gonna get real.
I mean... in Kermit's defense, I would have also blown up at this point.
Well, I mean, I think, and that's what Roger Ebert was talking about, was like, Kermit is seen as the leader.
But Kermit is always like, whoa, whoa.
And so what happens, like, at some point...
the leader has to be upset with the people that...
at some point, the others need to kind of, like, step up a little bit.
and do their own shit.
Because, like, what happens if he's gone? Is everything...
we'll see later.
Apart? Yeah. So they go to Pete's diner with no money because they have like enough for 2 more nights staying in their lockers and don't have any money for food. And we meet Rizzo the Rat himself.
Who's a server in New York.
Yes.
Server in New York, server in New York.
And then someone makes a joke of like, because he's like, all right, what do you have? And then they say like, the number for the health inspector. And he goes, I got feelings too. Breaking down. He's like, I only make money on tips.
I mean, Rizzo, you are a rat working in the food service industry. What did you expect?
Pete didn't have to hire him.
But Pete's nice. People is people. People is people.
People is people's. What would you rather have? The rat serving you the food or the rat
cooking your food? Like
a la Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I'd rather Ratatouille because I don't have to see the cook.
Because you don't have to see it.
The same way when people are like, what if they spit in my food? What if there's a hair in my food? I'll eat it. I don't give a shit.
So Jenny arrives, and that's Pete's daughter.
I called this bitch out. I said, Jenny goes to art school or architect or design school.
She's just a girl with a dream.
She walked in with that little portfolio, and I knew exactly what kind of her character was.
So then Kermit meets her, and he's like, her and Pete, and he's like, we're broke, but like we could work it off if you hire us, you know?
And that's when people gives the great, people is people. People is potatoes. People is food. People is cars.
And so Kermit's like,
okay.
Like he doesn't know if that was a yes or a no for the food. And I love when Jenny's like, are you kidding? Like, he's probably getting bowls of soup, like...
But he's also...
she says she's probably getting soup bowls out there for you right now. And he goes, really? With soup in them? Because she just said, like, soup bowls.
Yeah.
And he clarifies, there's going to be soup in them, right? And I just thought that was really funny. But she mentions like, oh, I'm trying to get into a fashion college. Meanwhile,
fashion.
They're talking, and who sees this?
Miss Poggett.
Miss Piggy sees this, and she is jealous.
She's fuming. She's absolutely fuming.
Absolutely fuming. And also, everyone at the table with Miss Piggy is talking about like, maybe Kermit's right. Like, we rely on him too much. We need to figure out something else.
Well, this is like the first time he's blown up on them, so like
this was years of
this is why you have to save
repressed
like
anger.
yeah. This is why you have to save like as an educator, you can't always be like, hey, like that, like all over the place because you have to save those moments. Like as a parent, like when a parent yells at their kid constantly, what are they gonna do? Mm-hmm. Be like, this is normal, I don't care. But when you save it for when it's absolutely needed, it's like, oh shit, he's crazy. He mad. That's why I'm always crazy with my kids. But then when I'm serious, I'm not crazy. That way they know, oh shit, he's fun. But he's not being fun right now.
Okay.
So they knew they fucked up.
So they tell Kermit, they lie, and they say, we all got job offers.
All of a sudden.
Out of town. So, like, we're gonna be gone for that, but, like, you can still work on the show and everything. And Kermit goes, Piggy, are you going too? And then she just cries. She can't even speak.
And this is when the movie gets sad. So sad. I cried a little bit.
Literally, the next song, Saying Goodbye. This song, I said, I'm gonna cry. When she is leaving on that train. And the handkerchief flows away and he catches it. And also because like she's driving away and he goes, Pig? And she goes, Kerm?
It got me when it was, you better not fall in the bed. It got me when it was Fozzie.
On the boxcar train with his little bindle? Yeah, so Piggy's on like a nice train, which I read is in New Jersey. Mm. Would I go just to create this scene? Yeah. Scooter is on a bike. Gonzo and Camilla have like hitchhiked onto a
truck.
Yeah, a truck. Rolf is on a bus. He had the worst end of it.
Yeah. A bus.
A Greyhound.
Oh, God.
Poor Rolf. And then the Electric Mayhem is hitchhiking. Because they're
them.
Because they're little freaks, and like if someone tried to kill them, they could take They could take them, you know. Yeah, so everyone's...
Where's my Texas Chainsaw X Electric Mayhem collab?
Disney Plus.
Hello. we got a thing for you.
So then Kermit is alone in New York, and he goes, "Welcome to New York." He goes to the Empire State Building, and this is so sad.
And I wrote, he's about to Kermit.
And I knew you were gonna make a fucking joke. But this is so fucking sad. He's up there on top of the Empire State Building, and he goes, "I'm gonna sell that show." And he's like, "You hear that, New York? I'm staying. I'm still here, and I'm staying. The frog is staying.
And I'm staying."
He said, "And
Dream
I'm telling you,
I'm not going no." Yeah, that
was him. And then the reveal of the century.
He jumps.
No, Piggy is back in New York.
Oh, welcome to New York.
Babe Pig in the City.
Oh, God.
She's a pig in the city.
She
is here. So then we have Rizzo getting his rat friends to help at the diner.
Not literally the plot of Ratatouille right in front of me.
Because then, he's like, Kermit wants a job, and Rizzo wants his friends to have a job, and Pete's like, Kermit, you can wash dishes.
Rats,
Rizzo,
go rats.
You can cook. Okay, it's fine. Yolanda, my queen.
Yolanda, the one with hair.
I love her.
Ew, why was Rizzo so horny? He's like...
He's just
he said, "You seen anybody, baby?"
He's just a rat in New York.
Ew.
I don't know which one it was. It might have been Tatooine with Brooke Shields. Do you believe in interspecies love at first sight?
Well, that's not the only time it happens. There's another one where it's like, do you believe in interspecies relationships? Or interspecies dating?
Oh, okay. And she says, I've dated some rats before.
Got him.
Good for Pete.
Good for Brooke Shields.
Terrible for the health code, but...
They wash their hands, I think.
Good for Pete for helping out these animals, except for the penguins. Can't catch a break there. So then we have... so Kermit gets a job there, and he tells Jenny about his 3-part plan. If you can't beat him, join him. So he gets Jenny to help him get together a nice costume.
I thought he was in drag. I thought this was a woman named Miriam.
He has this, like, pink suit on, sunglasses, an ascot, afro wig.
He has the confidence that I think every person in New York and California like legitimately has, where they're like, "Hi, I'm so and so, so."
Or that they are pretending to have.
Very well, successfully.
So, and that's the John Landis cameo. And then afterwards, Kermit and Jenny are talking. She's like, "How did it go? How did it go?" He's like, "I think it went great, blah, blah." And we have Piggy across the street.
And he threw it away.
Yeah. The cat collars. The construction worker cat collars.
I want to get catcalled.
No, you don't.
Part of me does. Because I want to know that I'm so hot that a random stranger would get so horny.
So then, but we have that great moment of her
bending
metal, and then
smacking the shit.
A garbage can and scaring the cat collars.
I like the one cat caller who doesn't know what to do, so he's just like, and like moving poles around.
And then she realizes the time because she is on her first day on the job at a perfume counter at some sort of department store type of place. I love the way they Foleyed Miss Piggy's walking, because it's just so like, it's so iconic, like 80s Foley sounds like. Mm-hmm.
But then also, Joan Rivers, imagine if you walk into a makeup counter and Joan Rivers goes, "Can I do your makeup?" That's not Joan Rivers, that's a Southern lady.
Not
but I don't know. Sometimes I wish I could just sit there and let a makeup lady just go to town.
You can go to Ulta.
No, but it's not the same. It's some gay man with makeup on now.
Not always.
I want it to be like some old, like upper middle class white woman who just needs a job because there's something so like luxurious about her. Joan Rivers specifically.
But that's the Joan Rivers scene where she's like, "Let me do your makeup." She's putting
you need a little bit of rouge on you.
Eyebrows. She's giving her the doe eyes, freckles, and they're laughing.
She's drunk.
And they get fired because of all the laughing.
Joan Rivers is drunk as shit in this sequence.
Apparently, because she knocked a couple back with Frank Oz. So that was Miss Piggy's first day and last day at Quelle Difference.
Quelle Difference.
Which is what a difference in French. Then we have the rats cooking in the kitchen with the Rat Scat song.
Gross.
Doobie-doo-wah.
You think a song called Rat Scat is good for a restaurant?
No, but this scene is so incredible. The butter, it's real butter, because they tried to do different things, and then they were like, let's just use real butter. And same with the pancake batter. They were like trying to make some different concoction to make it look like pancake batter, and then eventually they were like,
let's just use real pancake
batter.
Let's
just use real pancake batter.
I mean, why not just use the real thing?
But this whole sequence is so great of
the rats
so
ratatouille.
Unsanitary, but so great.
They wash their hands like in Ratatouille. They grab the little ball of water.
That's not doing anything.
They grab a little ball
Where's
of water.
the soap? Anyways, we have mail from the gang. So Scooter is now working at a movie theater in Ohio, and he has met Swedish Chef and New Zealander.
I love Swedish Chef, who's like, popcorn is popping in your face. It's 3D. Popcorn is 3D in your face.
Poor Scooter. He's like, you forgot your 3D glasses. He's that guy at the movie theater, handing out the glasses. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem are now playing near Pittsburgh in like a polka place.
Good for them.
Playing some polka. They got a gig.
They probably ended up with the best life, honestly.
And Fozzie is in Maine with some other bears, trying to sleep and hibernate with them, but he cannot sleep.
Catch me in the woods. He said only real bears are in the woods.
And he says, I didn't know this cave was co-ed, because there's a
horny Beth?
Female bear
horny
in there named Beth. And then
Beth is down bad, because she goes, maybe we can cuddle. I'm like, what the Beth?
I can't sleep either. Maybe if we just snuggle. And he goes,
No.
Part 2 of Kermit's plan is the whispering campaign. So he needs the help of the rats.
To whisper. To tell them about. What's the musical? What's the musical?
Manhattan Melodies.
Manhattan Melodies.
So he goes to Sardi's, which apparently is a famous restaurant in
Word.
New York,
Sure.
where they do have portraits of celebrities on the wall.
When I saw Liza's portrait, I went, and then I saw her in real life, I went,
You should. She's mad that they replaced her. You should be thanking them for replacing that portrait, sweetie.
that was...
Those caricature portraits.
Have you seen the tweet of, like, who's that guy that, like, has the bug eyes? He was, like, a real person, and he had, like, very big eyes. And then, like, a bunch of cartoonists always draw him with, like, really big eyes.
Steve Buscemi?
No.
Oh.
Okay, but maybe. No, but someone was like, what did so-and-so do to get all these cartoonists so mad at them?
I did see that the other day. I didn't read the name, though, but I did see that.
Like, who? Liza Minnelli, who did you piss the fuck off for that picture?
So Kermit has, smuggled the rats in his coat into the restaurant. And then also has the big-ass framed portrait of himself because he had Jenny draw a picture of him in his little hat. I have an enamel pin of just that picture, which is great.
Love.
He puts it up behind him. And then the rats start their whispering campaign of, oh my god, is that the producer of Manhattan Melodies? Blah, 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 blah.
Is that really what a whisper campaign is?
I don't think it's literally that.
Okay.
I think it's a joke on that. And then, you have Liza Minnelli coming in and asking the Vincent Sardi of the restaurant, being like, did I do something wrong? And
She's
he's like,
Vincent,
no.
a frog?
Vincent, a frog?
Like, she's upset.
Disgusted.
Okay, also, we have a Mr. Price and a Mr. Vincent. Are these all, like, spoofs on Vincent Price, the person?
Well, Vincent...
Or is it because of Lenny, or I guess Lenny Price.
Lonnie Price. Vincent...
Lonnie.
Sardi is that real guy from that restaurant.
Oh, shit. Okay.
However, Vincent Price, like, was on the Muppet Show. Like, worked with the Muppets, so, like...
Maybe so.
Coincidence, I guess.
But we also have Lonnie Price.
Yeah, so...
Are Lonnie Price and Vincent Price related?
I think that would have been on the Wikipedia.
That would have been crazy, huh?
Anywho, so the rats ruin the Whisperer campaign because
they get
hungry, and then everyone goes, rats, ah! So then we have Piggy. Oh, and Kermit gets thrown out of the restaurant. We love a Muppet getting thrown out, right?
Thrown.
And then we have Piggy jogging behind Kermit and Jenny in the park.
And this was you when you came back from me out. Sarah literally came back from the gym at work.
I thought that. I was like, that was me yesterday.
Sarah, when she busted her leg playing basketball, comes back to me and she goes, I ran across that court for...
I didn't... No. I was just playing under one hoop. By myself for 10 minutes, like, shooting hoops.
She comes back regardless and goes, I am so winded. I am so tired.
I drank, like, all my water. I drank, like, all of this.
Unfit. Don't ask them to run. Unfit.
I haven't done my treadmill in a couple weeks. Mostly because of the booster. And then this week I just didn't have an excuse. I just was lazy.
This week I chose to not do anything.
But yeah, just when they start jogging, I love when Piggy goes, oh dear Lord, not jogging. Okay, me. And then that man steals her purse, and she has to roller skate.
And we get the return of the Miss Piggy suit. Which looks way better here. Because it's shot from
far away.
It's shot from, what is it called? A wide shot.
Yeah, it's a wide shot.
So it's like, she looks tiny. Not unlike the last movie where there's a giant pig riding a life-size motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. So she tackles this man who stole her purse, who went through it, and it was like just like lingerie and like a map, a shoe. It was like nothing, right?
The fact that there was like so much lingerie, he goes, what?
But I love that she tackles him, and then she's like, I don't even know how to skate. What do you think about that? And then Kermit's like...
And then all those women show up to help her, like just women helping women.
That was feminism. That was women helping women. And Kermit's like, Piggy, what are you doing here? And then she mentions his toupee, which makes Kermit realize... Because she's like, you seemed like you're having a great time wearing this toupee and this fancy outfit and everything. So Kermit realizes, you saw that, you've been spying on me.
And then she goes, you hugged her!
And they're arguing, and then that celebrity cameo comes up. I forget who that is, but it's a celebrity.
The guy, the basketball guy?
The roller skates.
Roller skate guy, yeah.
And yeah, the Huggies. This is what happened when you get the Huggies.
I love it when he goes, friends hug, and then I immediately, like, we never hug.
We've hugged before.
You don't love
Just
me.
because we don't hug all the time. We're in a pandemic.
Insert that clip of Drag Race where she goes, you don't love me. Valentina. You're Valentina!
What about the Huggies? So then we have the carriage ride where they're talking through stuff because originally isn't it Piggy who's like, I wish I never met you, you know, and then she's like, I didn't mean that. In fact, I wish we met much sooner.
Miss Piggy's a freak. And here they come.
No. I'm not even saying no. I'm not saying that. I just when she says, I wish we met much sooner, I get so excited because I know what's about to happen.
Oh God, these fucking Muppet
I know
babies
it's the
are
Muppet
here.
Babies song. I know it's the scene. It's I'm Gonna Always Love You, which I love.
I love just baby Kermit going hard as a motherfucker on that like little rocking horse back there, and then he just eats shit.
Gonna climb the Matterhorn, but only after all our children are born.
Because I want to be a good mommy, too.
And I'm gonna always love you. Mama, dada, boop, boop, chihuahua.
Mama.
Rolf playing that piano as a baby?
Okay, this song is actually very cute and very good.
It's such a bop.
Like, I found myself laughing more than once throughout this scene. Like, the sequence of this.
So good. Rolf has a little Big Bird toy. Which is a little fun.
Which we'll see later.
Fun cameo. Because then Big Bird is at the wedding later. But oh my god, what a moment in pop culture history this was.
Yeah, the Muppet Babies are, as much as I hate them, they're kind of cute. Especially,
you hate them?
I just hated seeing them. I was like, no way, they're here.
How dare you?
They're adorable, they're cute. And this song is very
Gonzarella in the new Muppet Babies?
She's an icon.
Queer icon. So, Miss Piggy gets a job at Pete's.
Oh wait, the way Miss Piggy rolls off of the slide.
You know, she's top heavy.
She just ate shit.
Oh, I love Gonzo when he's doing the like Olympic rings.
Yeah.
For no reason.
That should be a pin. Just one of those pins that you can move up and down. Mm-hmm. Just Miss Piggy rolling up and down the slide.
God. So Piggy gets a job at Pete's because he's hiring everyone these days. That's where the Brooke Shields cameo was. Mail from Gonzo. He and Camilla are in a traveling act.
They are a daredevil team.
I was thinking, I want Gonzo in a Jackass movie.
Oh.
Or at the very least, the next, like, whatever.
Jackass and Lost Tapes?
No, like the next whatever the Muppets do for, like, a new show, a new movie, whatever.
Jackass cameo?
I want Johnny Knoxville as a guest. I want them to meet.
Okay.
I'm assuming Johnny Knoxville, like, probably is inspired by Gonzo. Because he's cool.
Let's ask.
He's down with it, you know? Mail from Rolf. He is managing a dog boarding place, which is one of my favorite parts.
Ew, with Snookums.
With that man who's, like...
He's a boy.
Yeah, but also just, like, talking down to Rolf and being like, Snookums has an appointment at blah, blah, blah. And Rolf just goes, yeah.
Well, no, he goes, Snookums eats breakfast at 8 a.m. Sorry, what's he say? Salisbury steaks?
Quiche.
And
He's like, aren't you going to write this down?
He goes, I have a photographic memory. He's like, write it down.
The dog gets quiche at 8, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Rolf in here. So
when
great.
he goes, he likes rubber toys. The rubber ones. I was like, ew.
Snookums prefers the rubber Wall Street Journal as opposed to the rubber, the Post.
Yeah.
But I also love that sign that says, like, trust your dogs with our dog.
Oh my god.
Because Rolf is just running the place. Then we get mail from a producer named Bernard Crawford. And so Kermit's like, oh my god, I have to go see this
found a producer. They found me.
And then we get a cameo from Elliot Gould, who was in the original Muppet movie, playing the cop here, where Kermit runs into him and says, sorry, I have to go get a contract so I can go
Kill-
out and kill
kill
him. And that cop goes,
Okay.
nah, couldn't be. That frog's not gonna go murder people, right?
This real pig just showed up out of nowhere.
So then Kermit goes to see Bernard Crawford, and we meet his son Ronnie, who says, okay, I'm the one that contacted you. I want to produce this show using Daddy's money because he has given me one free shot to produce a show, so let's use this for it, okay?
Daddy money.
And apparently, you can see him earlier in the movie.
Yeah, and during the montage where they get rejected, a woman opens up the door to the office, and you can see him in the back going like, "Hello," like trying to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Kermit calls Jenny and Miss Piggy to say the great news: we sold the show. He says, "I'll be at the diner in 10 minutes," and then. Tragedy strikes. He immediately gets hit by a car.
I literally was like, a death?
And then the tone of this movie, like the way
Shifts.
everyone reacts, you think that frog has died. You think that this is it. And then we see him in the hospital with Dr. Linda Lavin, who is checking his reflexes.
Late
Late
confused.
ass reflexes when she's pinning his legs back, pushing his mandible.
She put him in some positions that may be suggestive.
So yeah, she's like, yeah, you have amnesia and you don't have any clothes, so you're probably from a nudist colony. I think you're Enrico Tortellini.
My new alias, Enrico Tortellini from Passaic?
I don't know.
Passaic, New Jersey?
But he says, I don't feel Italian. And meanwhile, Piggy and Jenny and Pete are wondering where he is. Ronnie shows up at the diner and he's like, 2 weeks until the show. Did you say Kermit is missing?
Kermit's fucking dead.
So things are not going well. Pete writes letters to the gang saying,
come back.
The time is now people's... NY is the place or something? Making it very weird.
The people is now...
Something like
New
that.
York is the place. The play is now.
Yeah.
Can I get an encrypted... I want that letter framed on a wall.
And so Kermit, or Mr. X should I call him because he doesn't know his name, leaves the hospital in a cute little outfit that they give him. He's looking for employment.
Because the nurse goes, you might as well just start a new life.
Yeah. And so he's looking for like an employment agency, but he meets these frogs doing advertising for this soap, Ocean Breeze.
Which is not doing great.
Not doing great, so he's like, what if you just did this for the slogan, Ocean Breeze Soap will get you clean.
Ocean Breeze Soap. Use it if you're smelly.
I also have a pin of him holding the card that says Ocean Breeze Soap will get you clean.
The frogs, by the way, are named Gil, Bill, and Jill. Mm-hmm. And he goes by the name of Phil.
Because he saw a sign that said, fill her up.
Yeah.
Fill up. My name's Philip. So now the show opens in 1 week.
That's such a... Glass! George Glass!
So the show opens in 1 week, and they need to rehearse and find Kermit. And we have a montage of them searching for Kermit, and Kermit is working at Ocean Breeze.
They will never meet.
Yes.
Because they're yelling Kermit, but he doesn't know his name.
He doesn't know it! So then, it is opening night. Tonight. And the gang is at Pete's.
Tonight is the night.
They're like... I guess, should we just cancel? Should we do the show? They're all down in the dumps.
But then Fozzie goes, we can't cancel. Wait, what?
Well, I was just going to say that the Ocean Breeze people...
Oh, they walk into the diner.
They show up for lunch at the diner.
And then...
Kermit, which is one of my favorite parts of the movie, which I think was the scene I remembered most from... watching it on Logo, was him playing together again on the couch.
It's very sentimental and it's very like cute because it's that thing of like he has amnesia but part of him still lives inside of him, so he like unknowingly is hitting this melody that he like would know only himself.
Yeah, he thinks he's probably just making up some random shit.
Like he's like, this just sounds good. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, and then at first they don't see him, they just see the frogs, and they're like, it's just some frogs. And then Gonzo
looks.
Thank God for Gonzo in that moment, going, it's Kermit! They tackle him.
They steal him.
They say, we're taking you to the theater, let's go. And then he's still not remembering anything until Piggy says, you love me, you love me, and she hits him.
No. He goes, I love you.
Yeah,
Oink,
because
oink. Like he's making jokes, like
he's making pig jokes,
like bad pig jokes. Like
real Kermit would never. He would never do it. Stoop this low.
Like this is like
these were really offensive.
These guys, these jokes are like frat guy making fun of like someone to like. It's like one of those scenes of like this closeted gay guy making fun of other gay guy because they actually like him, but now they can't say that in front of their bro friends, and so that's what this felt like.
Okay, projecting. But yeah, so then she hits him, and then
she does not hit him.
She knocks him out.
She fucking launches him to space.
So then, yes, he remembers, and then
the musical begins.
Did you hear that burp just now? And then yeah, they've been mentioning the like first words to this song throughout the film. Whenever he would do his pitch, "Here I am." He would do this a little bit. So then we get the song "Right Where I Belong,"
which I immediately knew from the commercials that played on YouTube.
I've been getting pissed about these commercials because like if you
right where I belong,
I don't like that they're using it.
That was actually kind of good.
Yeah, I don't like that they're using... I think it started after the Super Bowl, and I told my mom, I saw it, I've seen it before, and I go, I do not like them using his song to sell their little product. If you're going to incorporate him into your commercial, that's fine. He's been in the pistachio commercials.
But put him in the commercial.
Put him in the commercials, do something with the Muppets. Don't just use the song so I hear that sweet, sweet Kermit's voice.
That high note that he hits.
And then I see this ad. Like, what? But yes.
This very confusing ad to, like, it... Is it
I don't
an ad
know what
for,
it's for.
Is it for an Airbnb? Is it for an
for
orphanage?
The Muppets? I don't know what it's for, Mary.
Is it for down and out poor people? Like, what's it about?
I don't know, but Right Where I Belong. And Kermit says that the thing that's been missing from the show... it needs more animals, more freaks, more queers,
more sluts,
more anime girls. So
more gleeks.
So yeah, like all of the characters that were the friends and the coworkers when everyone was away get to be in here. We see Swedish Chef, we see the bears, we see Beaker and Honeydew, we see
the dogs, the penguins,
we see
the rats.
all of them, and they come together.
We see the Sesame Street cast. They're at the pews.
So now we get to the song Somebody's Getting Married, which is within the show. They're doing it. And then, yes, when we get to the wedding, we see so many guests. This is my dream.
This is your multiverse.
To be in a room with all of these creatures. Bert and Ernie are there. Big Bird is there.
The Count.
Everybody is fucking there.
A bunch of those weird-looking pigs that I think are from Treasure Planet, Muppet Treasure Planet, Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, which hadn't come out yet,
but will be in the movie.
There was pigs on the
Doctor Strange was there. WandaVision was there.
Everyone was there, and it gets me emotional because then Piggy starts singing. He'll make me happy.
I did start to cry at this part,
and Kermit joins in. And they get up there, and then...
But then Piggy's series of unfortunate events, Kermit, he goes, I thought Gonzo was supposed to play this part. And she goes...
Of the minister?
Yes!
Says, LOL, what?
She goes, she's a bona fide justice of the peace.
And he says, I now pronounce you Frog and Pig, and they're married, and...
Kermit hesitates, though. He goes...
Do I? Do you?
Do you?
He did, though, and they kissed. And then they go up into the moon. They're in space. Muppets from space.
There we go.
And it says the end.
And that's the end.
Because what a better way to end this movie. For years, everyone was like, when are those two going to get hitched?
One of those little sluts going to get married.
So, yes, they are married. And now it is time for IMDb reviews.
Reviews. IMDb.
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 Alright, I have two reviews. Alright, here's my first one. Terrific Muppet movie by Little Songbird. I personally don't think this is quite as good as a Muppet movie or A Great Muppet Caper. And one or two scenes towards the beginning could have been better placed, but along with those two Muppet movies, Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, The Muppets Take Manhattan is one of the better Muppet movies so by far. It has a great story, different but still a fun one, bouncy songs, especially Time to Say Good. Bitch, how is Time for Saying Goodbye bouncy? And and the superb Together Again. The Manhattan locations are clever and truly stunning, and cameos from the likes of Liza Minnelli, Joan Rivers, Brooke Shields, and Gregory Hines.
I think he was the skate guy.
Okay, personified. What?
Personified.
Okay, cool. And the Muppet performers are once again spot on. And any scene with Miss Piggy especially is a joy. Overall, terrific fun and recommended 8.5 out of 10. And then they doxed themselves.
Okay.
Most of the reviews were like that. Here's my other one. Not as bad as the title suggests. Not really taking Manhattan because the majority of the movie is set on a ship. But it's fun. It's just an average sequel. Nothing really memorable except some ship action. And the last 30 minutes of Manhattan, the last one from the 80s, where they all should be.
Okay, but Muppets Titanic?
Okay, but that was a review for Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
I tried to find reviews from that movie that weren't so obvious.
I was like, there was no ship.
I wanted one where it's like, the deaths weren't even that creative.
Okay.
I couldn't find any.
Oh, you got me.
I got you.
You got me.
I got you.
Okay, well, we do have some tweets from Jake at JakeBlue98, who said, "This is Kermit's college thesis.
Yeah.
These people are going wild for this frog." Okay, me. Kermit's the only realistic one in this group of theater kids. This is really just what every theater kid thinks they're gonna do.
Really?
I swear these Muppets be breaking up and getting back together so often.
That's just friends, baby.
Muppet on a bike. Kermit looks like a golden girl. What's with all these human men who want to get with Miss Piggy?
They're freaks.
Joan Rivers is wilding out in this Macy's.
Let me tell you.
Do y'all know about the Rizzo's restaurant in Hollywood Studios? Yes, would love to go. Additionally, with this Muppets Take Manhattan storybook, my family also gave me a Pizza Rizzo t-shirt, so I will wear that maybe next week. Just since you brought it up, Jake, I love this Pedro Pascal looking Muppet, New Zealand.
Oh, I was like, who?
Miss Piggy is gonna kill this woman. Imagine having Miss Piggy on rollerblades coming for your ass.
I'd be so scared.
Gonzo was in my state. I wasn't even born yet. How rude. Oh, where was he? Pittsburgh?
Who? No. Gonzo?
Gonzo was in somewhere.
Who was in Ohio?
Gonzo, I don't remember where he was. I just wrote down he and Camilla were in a train traveling act.
Someone was in Ohio.
Scooter was in Ohio.
Yeah.
Does Kermit have health insurance? Kermit's fucking dead.
Oh my god.
Why does one of these frogs have ears?
Why not?
Manhattan Melodies is better than Hamilton. I'm pretty sure Miss Piggy just shanghaied Kermit's ass into an actual marriage. Okay, and he tagged me. Sarah, don't hate me, but this isn't my favorite Muppet movie. I still enjoyed it, but I did like Caper a bit more. I give it 8 rats working in a diner out of 10. I don't hate you, and I get this. There's no bad Muppet movies, you know? It's just, which one do you like more than the other?
Which one is worse?
I think this one just gets me a lot because of, like, Kermit and Piggy. It's one where, like, it doesn't have, of these older ones, it's not where, like, oh, Kermit and Piggy meet, or Kermit and Piggy,
fuck.
Like, these previous ones, it was, like, they meet, and they, like, Piggy's in love with him, and he's just like,
what?
I'm here. And this one, it's like they mutually love each other and like have a plan for themselves. Ends with that marriage, and it's very sentimental to me that like
mutually
the Sesame Street gang was there. And I also just love the Muppet Baby sequence. Rizzo is one of my favorite Muppet characters.
You like the rat?
Rizzo's one of my favorite Muppets. So, like, I love him being, like, getting his personality introduced in this one. I don't think this is, like, the best one necessarily. I just think... Or maybe I do. I don't know. I would have to, like... We'll see. Let me reevaluate, but... I just... Personally, I really like this one. What are your final thoughts?
I like it, too. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Okay.
It's, like... I like how more grounded it is. Usually I hate when people use the word, like, I need my movies to be grounded. Mm-hmm. But, like, sometimes when they're just, like, they either have to be so absurdly, like airplane level camp, where it's, like, it's such a make fun of itself kind of movie. Like the last one? Yeah. Well, that one wasn't, like, it was trying to approach airplane level of, like, ridiculousness, but it, like, didn't want to be there, I felt like. It didn't want to land into that, like, airplane. I didn't want to ride the plane. Mm-hmm. But this one, like, it felt more real. Like, I like the Muppets when they're funny, but I don't want them to feel like they're trying to make, like, I want them to be funny. I don't want them to tell me they're funny, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. The other one made me feel like they were telling me they were funny. This one felt just funny. Okay. And it was endearing.
Out of the original... Actually, out of every Muppet movie you've seen so far, which is your favorite? I just want to know. Out of all the ones...
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Island.
Christmas Carol.
Muppet Movie. And Great Muppet Caper in this one.
Muppet Movie and Great Muppet Cape and this one might be tied.
Okay. So the original trilogy.
Yeah, and then it would have to be Caper and then somewhere on the bottom of the other two.
You just said...
No, like just the first one and this one.
Oh, okay.
Are sitting at the top. Then it's Muppet Caper.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like those two sit together. I like the first. Okay, I don't really remember the first one, but if it's like this one, then I like it.
Something I do like about this one is that it's because like if you look at the Muppet Movie or the Great Muppet Caper, they're not all like together in the beginning. You have to wait.
But I like how this one is reversed. They all start together, they break apart, and then come back.
And then they come back together.
Like, I don't need every single Muppet, which is a review that I saw. It's like, all the Muppets weren't together the whole time. It's like, I don't need them all in the room.
I just like that sometimes I don't want to wait. I just want to see the gang together, you know? I just want to see those college kids doing their thing.
No, it's too much. Like, even Power Rangers aren't always on the screen all the time.
I also like that there's... And, like, if I were to talk about, like, Buffy Season 6, it would be a little different. Because, like, Buffy Season 6 is like, oh, the villain... Yeah, there's a villain, but, like, the real villain is real life. And that's kind of the villain of this movie. Because there's no real villain in this movie.
No, there's no one that they're, like...
It's really just, like, the shittiness of real life. And of, like, having to go find a job in New York after college... And, like, just trying to follow your dreams.
As everyone does.
Which is dark, but, like, I like it, because then Kermit...
Because then it's like what real-life antics would be.
It's just good. I'm giving it a 5. You know, I'd be giving these Muppet movies 5s and 5s and 5s. So,
you can't just give every Muppet movie a 5.
Says who?
Says the law.
And now let's give a shout-out to the one, the only...
Iris is our podcast artist. She does art. And she is an artist.
Yeah.
And she is on Twitter and Instagram at Creamsicle Panda. And you can also support her financially at patreon.com/Creamsicle Panda. Look at her stuff. Look at what she's doing. Check out her live. Ask her, are you Iris? Hi. Yes.
Yes, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Planet Weird Pod. That's right, Twitch. We are about to go live after recording this, but we'll be doing...
I have to figure out the setup so fast.
Lives on Saturday. It's okay if you can take a little bit. Just be following us on Twitch. We're doing some streams this month, so make sure you're following so you don't miss out on those. Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters for donating your cold hard cash to us in exchange for, some bonus things. Thank you. That's Aisa Yusuf, Grace Horspawn, Alexa Pratt, Emily Palmer, Whitney Harris, Jared Van Leeuwen, Jose Contreras Jr., Enrique Buenrostro, Natalie Hernandez, and Ivy.
Welcome to New York. No.
It has to start with a G.
Ivy. What's a place in New York?
I don't know. Ivy goes to New York.
Every day, every other episode is Ivy go somewhere. Ivy go this place.
She's always going places.
Okay.
Also, rate and review the show on iTunes. That would help us out a lot. Tell your friends. Link in the description for merch. Twitch, I already mentioned. And next week, Muppet Movie May continues with Muppets from Space, which is available on HBO Max. So watch that and send in your thoughts by Sunday, the 15th. We'll be recording on that day. Let us know your thoughts. Hope you all are having a lovely Muppet Movie May so far. Goodbye.
And have a pleasant tomorrow.
Saying goodbye.
No, too sad.
Together again. Together again.